to CoMA Pirate Radio, where we as esoteric pirates slide our boats together. Now, there's a thing with the piracy and the boats. We float on water, on emotions. We know how to navigate emotions through the stars. Now, I know that they got different navigation devices nowadays, but, you know, it used to be the stars. So, if you, as an esoteric pirate, study the stars, you might be interested in CoMA Pirate Radio. We slide our boats together so that our energies can feel each other, and then we tie the boats together. We throw the ropes, tie the knots. We have a knife. We're sailors. We're not scared to tie them knots. I know how to tie a knot, and I know how to let go of a knot, and I know how to keep a knife in my bag to cut through the knots without cutting skin. I am an expert. I have cut loose horses that have gotten in trouble, okay? Tried and true, esoterically as well. So, here we go. CoMA Pirate Radio, we slide our boats together, throw the ropes, tie the knots, and talk about the maps. And this map is the solar party paradigm. I hope you enjoy. There's a lot to cover. Everybody wants it really, really fast, but it's easier to digest when it's really, really slow. It's so much easier to digest. You've got to chew your food. Like, don't shove it in your mouth so fast, right? Digestion, consuming. We are all consuming and shitting. That's the only thing that these little bodies, these little capacitors do. And we are in these bodies, and we have to be the driver of these bodies. Watch what you consume, watch what comes in, and watch what goes out. Like, I know that can be scary for a lot of you, but it was something I had to get used to. What is it? What's coming out? What do I need to do? What do I need to cleanse? Colon cleansing is important. 111. Thank you. Deparasiting, you know, taking wormers, you know, making sure you don't got no worms that are controlling your brain. I mean, I ain't got no worms controlling my brain. I might have some things that are living among me, with me, but I take the reins. I am the pilot of this vessel. And like I said, I wasn't the pilot of the Titanic. I was there, like many of us were there, but I played the music till the end. And this is what this is all about. I'd rather not be press and record, actually. I'd rather just be sitting on a mountain scribbling these things, feeling these things, and dancing them out the way the ancient shamans used to do. And if you wanted something from me, you'd come find me, and I would be hidden. I wouldn't be out in the sun. I wouldn't have a fucking billboard around me. I wouldn't, like, for real, guys. Anyway, I've got to do things different. Welcome. All right. These cards I channeled in Gnosis. Usually it's dance. My favorite Gnosis is dance or just movement. I call my own practice, it's called MTVs. I plan on sharing them on my Patreon, as well as many other ceremonies and things. I do work with others, actually. I work very well with others. Tried and true. References, you can check out my website, centerofmysticarts.com. I channeled these cards in the deep jungle of Costa Rica, and I know there's You say Costa Rica now and people think of tourism and like, anyway, I don't want to get into that right now, but it is part of CoMA's mission. Costa Rica is a rich coast that is rich with nature that must be protected. 111. It must be protected. It needs to be protected. And these cards were channeled there. I think that's important. Right next to sacred sea turtle nesting grounds. That's important. A very sacred place that needs protection. The sea turtles need protection, not the people. But anyway, these cards, I've got to do it differently. It's a big party. And there's a lot going on at the party a lot of times. Now, a lot of things move slow. Some things move slow. Some things move fast. And it can get overwhelming for me. These cards are astrology cards. Leo. I've been working with Leo. Leo's on the stage right now in my book, because I'm also working on the book that explains these cards as well. And I want to explain these cards better than the way I was. We have all of the planets. It's 55 cards. All of the planets. You know, let's see who wants to pop up. Jupiter, Venus, Pluto, Lilith, of course, the bartender, Neptune. We've got the nodes there, and we've got all Aquarius. We've got all the signs, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Libra. Oh my God, all of these guys. And then we've got the aspects. You know, all the aspects. And you can read them. Oh, and then we've got all the houses, you know, then we got all the houses, you know. So, these cards are flashcards. They're not oracle cards, although they will tell you the future. These cards are to slow down to get there faster. To slow down enough to memorize the signs so that when you're going 5,000 miles per hour, you can see the signs. And you don't take a long time to read them. You don't have to stare at them for 5 minutes. Then you wreck, right? You got to see a sign really quickly and then be able to know which way to go, okay? All right, I'm gonna take this slower, and I'm not gonna worry about telling it all, okay? But there are a few things that are very important to talk about. The North Node is the crossroads. In the solar party paradigm, it is the front door. So it's easier to, there's all kinds of different ways to get into the party. Depending on what you're riding, depending on what gate you want to go through. There's a back door and a front door. There's a spotlight. There's many ways to get here. But anyway, right now in the sky, the front door is in Pisces. Now, we've been feeling a lot of movement between Pisces into Aries, because that's how the planets are all going, 111. So let's paint the picture of this front door, all right? This is a feminine door. So it feels inviting, it feels cool, it's Pisces. It feels very sensitive, but that feels very secure. Sometimes it can be scary depending on who you are. It's otherworldly, so depending on if you like that or you don't, the future, the front door might feel a little different to you. Here's another thing about the solar party paradigm is I don't read like other astrologers. It doesn't read like other astrology cards, 4/4. The numbers really do tell you a lot. It's quick. It's quick. That's the code that moves quickly, that you don't need to take a lot of time on. Actually, 5-5. The more you spend time obsessing over the little things, the less, the slower you're going to go. You need to go fast. And so that's what these cards enable us to do, is to feel the planets for yourself. What does it feel like to you? I don't like telling you what you feel like. I also, as a tarot reader, I've grown up with tarot. I know it. But I don't like telling people what their future is going to be, or telling people like this is how it is. And it's a style of reading, like this card tells me this. Well, these cards are like, you know what does a front door feel like to you? It's a feminine energy. What does Pisces feel like to you? It's otherworldly. What does that feel like to you? Is that scary or is that inviting? It's a whole new world that we're going into, and it's eventually will burst into flames, turning into Aries. Anyway, that's the procession. We're talking about introspective, with fishy scales and sacrificial love and light language going on. That's a lot. Now, this has been in conjunction. These cards are here to tell you what a conjunction is all about. What is a conjunction? Hand in hand. They share so much energy that they merge, these two planets, these two placements, these astrological. What are these numbers up here? If you like the number game, I like the number game. I like looking at numbers, but I don't like spending a lot of time on numbers. That's what they're for. So you just glance at them real quick and figure it out. This symbol, you can see it's together. It's not, the opposition has another little circle, but this is like, it has a hand out to hold, but it's so close to somebody, the 1-1, that they practically merge. They're twins. All right. Now, that means this Pisces front door is twins with Saturn, who just shifted into Aries. So Saturn is the party planner. I got to move around. Jesus. Okay. This might be a little bit better. Saturn has been known as masculine. When I spoke with this energy, it appeared to me as feminine. It changed genders, which is totally doable because planets it doesn't matter what's in their pants. It's the energy that they emit. Saturn happens to be, well, they all are fluid, but Saturn's moving from an alien party planner to a fiery, red, confident, in your face party planner. Now, why is Saturn the party planner? Well, Saturn has the rings, the boundaries, the restrictions. Saturn is going to come back to draw the line in the sand, to make the division, to cut the cord, to identify this from that. I'm excited because my Saturn in my chart, because I've used these charts to get to know myself, my Saturn is in Leo, which I'm working on Leo energy with the book. And the fire. We are all elemental magicians. And we use the power of the elements to change our reality. And I like to talk to the planets. I always have, always will. It's just between me and them, but they told me that they want, I guess some of us, not all of us, but a lot of us, that if a lot of us start getting to know them better, instead of being told that these guys rule us, Saturn doesn't rule me. Those boundaries don't rule me. They rule a part of me. Leo in the 10th house, oh my God, she loves to show herself. Look at my boundaries. And then let's burn them to the ground. I don't read astrology to figure out what people are doing or what I'm doing. I read astrology to manipulate. How dare you say manipulate? To work with and utilize the energy in a positive way for my life. And these cards, I sell them on my website. So there's Aries, on fire, confident, the Ram. You know, this character looks very interestingly similar to Satan. Saturn. It's not a goat, actually it's a ram. This guy is. The ram, it's a sheep. It's very complacent and very sweet, you know. But has some beautiful horns. Very charismatic. Very forceful and in your face. Saturn. You don't want to feel that as a masculine. That's why she came to me as a feminine. I was like, ooh. But she was oh goodness, was she in Pisces when I first met? When we first met, no, she came to me as death. When we first met. Like death, like the Grim Reaper death. Like, I was like, whoa. Why you gotta be all like that? Why you gotta be like that? All spooky and scary looking. But when I asked if, can you be a different form other than a skeleton? Because a skeleton with a black robe just, it's cute and funny, but it wasn't doing it for me. So Saturn was like, yeah. And then turned into Anubis. I was like, that's a little better. I like dogs. I like dogs a lot. They're very trustworthy and loyal. Man's best friend. And Saturn turned into a feminine. And I ran into her skirts. I ran into those boundaries. Open those gates. Let me in. Bring me home. I need your protection. 111. Protection. I just watched a clip that was talking about you healers out there. You need protectors. If you a healer, you better go find you a protector. I need a protector. You're gonna have everyone in the neighborhood calling on you like a dog. No. I got my fences. I know my fences. I know my boundaries. That's a lot. And I think that's gonna be, that's just the surface of the party. It's just the front door. And you walk into the front door and you see Saturn in conjunction, arm in arm. And, I mean, there's a bunch of aspects. There's a square with Jupiter coming up. We talked about squares. Anyway, there's a lot. But I was going to just talk about the most important things. The characters. All right, here, the prettiest girl at the party, Venus. Everybody wants to look at her. Everybody. Relationships. Venus, the beauty queen. All eyes are on you, baby. All eyes on you. What are you doing? Well, right now there's a conjunction hand in hand with the shaman, Chiron. Now here's the thing. If you know your astrology, these references are gonna make sense if you know your shit. And if you don't, it's okay. Just think of him as a shaman. It has here that it's an asteroid. It came into our solar system in the year 77 in October. It happened to be my birthday. I happened to ride in on Chiron. It's no big thing. But, it looks like a key. The symbol, it's a key. There's a very important key to the shaman. Looking at the shaman. And understanding that there's a lot of responsibility here to heal. And yeah, there's a lot. Hand in hand with the beauty queen. And in Aries. So let's paint this picture real quick of the shaman and the beauty queen, red, slanty eyes, covered in tattoos, spirally horns, fire on fire. Feel the passion of the element of fire, the confidence. Come sit by me. I'm warm. I'm protective. I'm hot, This constellation has the ability, the passion, to awaken the immortals. We talk about awakening some stuff. Let's wake them up. And they're buried. That's the thing about pirates. The treasure is buried deep, deep. And Chiron, the shaman, knows how deep and can go that deep. Now, the beauty queen, she's Taurus. Well, she's now possibly able to go there. Hand in hand, I mean, she has to. Chiron says, she says, take me with you. That's what she says. Please take me into battle. I want to go. The masculine doesn't want to take that precious, beautiful thing into war. 333. I don't want to take you to war. You're too beautiful. You're too beautiful. I don't want to risk it. I don't want you to get hurt. I can't let you see that. I can't let you be experiencing that. No, I'm going to protect you for life. And Venus says, no. No. I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you, whether you like it or not. And the shaman says, well, you got to heal. You got to listen. You know, maybe luxury is not what you think it is. Maybe there's going to be some uncomfortableness that you're going to have to do. Like, you don't have any idea. You don't have any idea how uncomfortable it can be. Burning up. And she says, yeah, I do. I'm Aries too, baby. Don't think I haven't been through some heat. Don't think I haven't been through the fire just because I'm beautiful. She says, what? Clearly. I trust you. Trust you. Now, there's a lot going on with these guys. There are more. There are aspects as everybody's moving around. They're in, let's see, let me say the few things. They're both in trine with Mars. They're both best friends with Mars, who just changed into fire as well, into Leo from Cancer. In sextile with Jupiter. Sextile with the boss. That's kind of fun. You see what I mean? We use these energies. Don't tell me how I feel it. Oh, this means that this is going to happen. And oh, somebody's thinking about you. And you know what? I don't want to talk bad about that 555. It's not that I'm talking bad. I listen to those readings. I do. And there's a few of you that I know feel what the collective feels, and sometimes I do know she's thinking about me. Like, yeah, I know. But not that I want to focus on that, right? Like, there's certain, you got to start spending your energy more wisely when you realize that energy is currency. So that's those guys. Okay. All right, now we got this guy. Uranus. Sitting on its side. The revolutionary. Air, Aquarius energy. The tech guy. Why would he be the tech guy? I mean, it's masculine because it's air and pushing. Unless it's androgynous, but standing alone, the electric engineer is a giving energy, electricity. It gives to us, I mean, much like the sun, does it not? Like for real. Like, the electricity gives us messages. Those of us who can read electricity talk to Uranus. You know, the lighting at the party, and these devices, technology. And when I channeled this guy, and I'm like, but what were you before technology? Like, I mean, I know that might have been a silly question, you know, but I was wondering. And Uranus told me that we don't really need these devices to do this. Some of us, not all of us, can do it. That's what the devices are for. It gives the power in the hands of everybody else. But we can do this without the device. But we're talking to each other. We're sending each other messages. And they're coming in code. It's, you know, sometimes not easy to decipher. Not everybody can decipher it. We're pressing record in our heads, in our electricity, and we're shooting it out through what we do because we're electrical capacitors. And this planet here rules, it embodies, it holds this energy, this electrical, technical, revolutionary, forward, futuristic, mystical, energy. And they're in Taurus right now. Pretty much been alone. The Taurus cow. I've been working very heavily with Taurus recently. I work a lot with all of them, but Taurus, strong, bold, luxurious. You see that there's Venus up here. Bold and beautiful and luxurious, but this avatar has the power to see with the third eye, the bull's eye. The focus of the bull's eye is the third eye, and can see the truth in material reality. The material, the earth, the reality of luxury is within Uranus at the moment. And my battery's about to die, so I must continue this. All right. So now that I've had a break, the phone has had some time to charge up, and I was able to scry into the clouds a little bit. 1-1. Oh my goodness. Our senses are important to pay attention to, and it was smelling. There was something smelled really good. I don't know if it's Gemini, but something smelled really good. If you haven't noticed, 3-3, I've been going in the pattern of we had Pisces at the front door, and then straight into Aries, right? And then straight into Taurus, right? No, yeah, Aries and then Taurus. Anyway, now we've got Gemini. And if you orientate yourself to the venue, to the party, you will understand how everything lines up. Anyway, so here we are at Gemini. Gemini is the twins. And you know Gemini, everybody's starting to, if you know astrology, everybody's starting to understand what the Gemini energy is. But a lot of people tend to focus on the negative aspects instead of the positive. But there's both, of course. Of course, there's both. And this Gemini has the ability to bring the two perspectives into one. They have the ability to split so that they can see each other. Let me see you. Outside perspective. Let me give you an outside perspective within their own being, without the other. I don't need you. Well, I'm Libra. I have a daughter who's Gemini, and long-term relationships with Geminis. Anyway. So who's here? Who is here? Okay, we've got the DJ. The numbers keep coming up. We've got Mercury is the messenger. And Mercury just we just felt them go into Gemini. And what does that mean for the feeling? What does that feel like for the DJ that's dominating the emotions with the mic in the hand, the entrepreneur, the lyricist, Apollo and Hermes? All of this is Gemini. Oh, look, there's Gemini energy. Air, This is what these cards are for. Look, there's air. So we start feeling the power. Oh my God, these are nice together. And then there's got Virgo energy. So it's a very young, playful, you know. There's Mercury. That means 333, we feel it in the power, in their power. The DJ's like, I'm here. I've got you. The mic, the music, everything's in sync. Unless they're not. Unless these two guys are fighting with each other. And if these two guys are fighting with each other saying, no, I don't like you and you don't like me and I want this kind of music, but I want this kind of music. I don't like that kind of music. I don't want to say this, but I want to say this. Then that's the polar opposite, right? Now, we also feel this Mercury in conjunction 1-1, 360 degrees. Turn your ass around. And who you gonna see? The birthday kid. Happy birthday, Gemini. Of course I knew it was your birthday. My kid's birthday is coming up soon, 444. Now, the birthday kid is the center of the party, right? Without the birthday kid, the party wouldn't happen. There wouldn't be no birthday party. In conjunction with the lyricist, but in Gemini. So what does this give us? This multiplies. This means we have 2 sons, 2 birthday kids. You think they're going to get along? And 2 DJs. Do you think they're going to get along? It's ridiculous. What does that mean? What does that feel to you? I don't want to tell you what that feels like to you. Because it can feel very different to very different people. They're either getting along or they're not. They're even having a great time or they're having the worst time of their lives. That's what the different timeline is all about, right? You're on a different timeline as me. I can't. 555. I can't vibrate on that kind of frequency. I've got to be on a different kind of frequency. And these guys are all getting along in my party. I don't let anybody fight. They're all getting along. All the music, all the feels, and Jupiter's in Gemini. I've been talking about this guy in Gemini. If you follow the Solar Party Paradigm and see some of my other videos, I've been talking about this guy with the 2 bosses. 2 bosses. This is who we get paid from. This is the abundance. This is the hope. This is wise. This is moral and optimistic. This, you know. 2 bosses. 1 gives you a paycheck and 1 pays you in life abundance. Showers you down with miracles upon miracles. Every time you think you're gonna fall, there's a feather that like floats up underneath you and says, I got you. You thought you were gonna hit that pavement, didn't you? Whoosh. I caught you. I caught you. And you see that Sagittarius on fire? 2 of them. 2 of them got me. I mean, they both got me. I talked to both of them. My Jupiter is in Cancer. So, anyway. These cards also help you get to know yourself like that. You look at your birth chart and you can get to know the characters. So yeah, that's who's in Gemini. And of course, there's a lot of aspects. There's a lot of drama at the party. But I've decided, instead of trying to throw out so much drama at you all at once, I'm gonna rein it in a little bit, you know, and say we can go deeper. I'd like to go deeper on any of the other platforms. I've got a Patreon account. I've got a Discord. I kind of really want to do the Discord thing because it's kind of like playing a game. We play the game of life, right? But the Patreon is going to be a place that, and my website as well. You know, there's a lot of different places that we can play with these guys. And like Mercury here on my notes, we got a lot of stuff going on. You know, there's a sextile with Neptune and a trine with Pluto. And that might not mean anything to you. It might mean a lot to you. But these cards will help you figure it out and understand it and go deeper. So, all right, the moon. This one is water. It's very emotional. There's a lot. And a lot goes on here. This is the bathroom mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Take a selfie and find out what you really think about yourself. This is very subconscious. You know, all the things. You might know all the things. Yeah, I get it. I know. Well, paint it into a bathroom picture and then paint that everybody you go to the bathroom at the party a lot. 4-4. You know, you got to go to the bathroom a lot. You got to check out your, everything, see if your hair's looking good, see how you doing, and go into the bathroom a lot at a party. Now, we just went through a new moon. You know, a lot of people only look at the moon when it's new and when it's full, which I need to make new cards. I need a full moon card, and I need a retrograde card, and I need a full moon and new moon card. Anyway, the new moon is the black mirror, right? It's a little bit different than, it's a lot different than the full moon, different energies. And, you know, a lot of times they say, oh, this is one thing I noticed with following astrologers. Oh, the new moon is in Gemini. But the new moon actually goes through 2 signs. It starts in Gemini, but it's actually, no, it was in Cancer, yeah. On the 28th and the 29th, it was a new moon in Cancer. It was more new moon energy in Cancer than it was in Gemini. And the reason I have Leo is because it's quickly moving into Leo. By the time you see this, it's probably already in Leo. It happens really fast. You know, this moon is, because of the way that we read the energy and it goes through all of the constellations really fast, and everybody's coming in and out of it. And this is why, my God, I was trying to tell you the notes. You want me to tell you really fast? I mean, it's like in square with Venus. So Venus pops in and doesn't like herself. And then they're best friends with the party planner, Saturn, and the bartender, Neptune. And sextile with Uranus, the tech guy. In square with Mercury, there's a square, and there's a opposition, there's Neptune, there's a trine, there's Uranus, the tech guy, there's Pluto. All of these guys are popping in and looking at themselves in the mirror. Like, that's how it is in the solar party. Like, you got to understand, things move fast, especially in the bathroom. The outer planets move very slowly. Mercury moves the fastest, but once you start orientating yourself with the bathroom mirror, especially, you start feeling why, the full moon feels like, and people become lunatics. Why witches go crazy on the full moon. Why werewolves howl and vampires come out. So, I just can't tell you everything that happens in the bathroom anymore. It's just too much. It's overwhelming. And then I realized some things that go on in the bathroom got to stay in the bathroom. That was at a 444. So anyway, that's the moon. This guy likes to be looked at. Even though all eyes are on her, the prettiest girl at the party, Venus, the jock, there's a lot of eyes on the jock too, right? It's just a different audience. You're either watching the game or you're watching the cheerleaders. So this guy has been feeling a lot lately. For a long time, he was in Cancer, and that's where he is in my birth chart. He feels really good there, but a lot of people don't like him there because he tends to self-care more than they really want. Like, he'll disappear and take care of himself, but everybody in the stands are like, wait, where did he go? Where did the jock go? But he just moved into Leo. So we have felt a shift, another shift from water to fire. Of course, as elemental magicians, it's important to know the elements, that was a 111, to be able to feel more of what is happening at the party. So, you know, we've got fire, a lot of fire here. Fire, you know? And coming out on the field as a lion is a big deal. It's a big deal. And it takes a lot of confidence. Going from Cancer into Leo? Yeah. Are you going to actually not care anymore? You're going to have confidence that this is the way it is. It's the way it's meant to be. It's the only way we're going to do it. Just got to hold on for the ride. All right? Now, what's going on with this jock? We've got a trine. Best friends. Look at that number. A 1 and a 3. That's me and a community. 3 is the community. At 120 degrees. That's 1, 2. That makes a 3. Anyway, best friends with who? Remember we were talking about this duo. The beauty queen and the shaman in Aries. Best friends with the jock. Oh, that's good. That means that she is getting along with him. They like to get along. They don't like to fight. Guys, they don't like to fight. That was 303. They don't like to fight. When you put that 0 in between them, we've got the shaman, and the shaman's going to heal them. And we're not talking about what's in your pants. It doesn't matter what's in your pants or what you do with your vessel. I mean, you do with your vessel what you want to do with your vessel. You know? It's okay. You can identify. But there's a masculine energy and a feminine energy. She kind of is androgynous right now in Aries. She kind of feels kind of masculine right now. Like in your face, Aries. With a shaman backing her up. And Leo coming out. Mars coming out as a lion. Running out on the field, baby. We were running out on the field. It's ready to play the game. It's time. It's time to play the game. All right, I must be doing it right. I am smelling some sweet flowers. It's just the air smells good. Anyway, we usually leave out the back door. So we're going to go out and check out the back door, which is in Virgo right now. Not much has been going on out here. It's been pretty, not many people hanging out on the back porch, right? But there's everything you need there. Your ancestors are hanging out in this Virgo energy that can be really shy sometimes. And that was a 4-4. Whoo. And, you know, we have to clean up our rooms. Even if you didn't make the mess. Even if it was your ancestors that made the mess. We clean up after the party so that the back door is kept clean. The back door needs to be kept clean. It is another portal into our destiny. It creates the tail of the dragon. It's very important. So we also have Lilith. I really like talking about her. Really, really, really. But we're going to kind of wrap it up here, right? Like Lilith is in Scorpio, and her big thing, if you've been watching the Solar Party Paradigm, is she slipped into Scorpio. She changed skins during the eclipse, which was pretty sexy. Way to go, Lilith. Do it all in the background. Like, we don't got to do everything out in the open. I see you. She sees you. Hecate sees you. You know, all of the goddesses that work in the dark and night, behind the scenes. We feel you. We need you to start really working together. Even though it's really emotional and you might cry for most of it. It's okay. In quincunx. She's in quincunx, so she's stranger danger. There's a 5 there. And there's another 5. So you see those numbers. This is, I don't know if I'm getting along with the sun. They have nothing in common. They don't even know each other. That's the feeling of this energy. With the sun, and we remember that the sun and Mercury, the DJ and the birthday kid are hanging out together. And remember, there's 4 of them. 2 and 2. So, I don't know what you feel, but I can feel that. Excuse me? Like, are you getting along? Are you going to be able to pull this off? Are you synchronized? Are you in sync? I don't know. I don't know you. Well, we got to meet somehow. Like, introduction is what heals this energy. 333 introduction is what heals this. Hey, how you doing? You want to be my friend? I don't bite sometimes. What else is going on? There's a square. That's a difficult energy with Pluto. All right, Pluto's been in Aquarius, full of rainbows, and also dancing in sextile on the bar with Neptune. If you've been following the Solar Party Paradigm, you remember that the emo kid is dancing on the bar, spewing water all over the crowd, making a scene, and having a blast. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Whether you're traveling physically or mentally, may it be in love and light and shadow. Don't forget your magic bag. It's full of everything you need, and you're gonna need it. And you never know when you're going to need it. So keep it on your person at all times. Take care until next time.